come and talk to all of you about prevention of substance use among the youth. It's a very diverse audience, I've been told, and there are people with varying levels of understanding about substance use and addiction. And so I thought probably just to start things off and to get the ball rolling, I would maybe ask you guys what you understand by addiction. I know the previous presentation that we had talked a lot about looking inwards and the fact that we need to be able to resist things which come to us from outside. Unfortunately, the world in which we live in has a lot of things which bombard us. And many of these things are things which are quite reinforcing. They're things that we want to keep doing again and again. And so, in that context, addiction is something which, although we can or we would like to wish away, is something which we have to deal with on a day to day basis. And so, with that background, I'd like to ask all of you what you think of what pops up to your mind when you think of addiction. You could Anybody can just stand up and tell me. I'm sure you know people around you who may have addiction. Some of you here in the room, I mean, given that the prevalence of addiction in society is fairly high, there are quite a few people here, so there might actually be some people sitting in the room who themselves have grappled with addiction. So, right. So basically an inability to be able to live without a particular substance or behavior, right? Anybody else? What do you think? What do you think constitutes addiction? Okay, so habit is something which is associated with addiction. Okay.
Peer pressure.
Okay, so you alluded to the fact that very often people get into using substances because it helps them to alter the way that they feel.